Hello and welcome to this webinar. I'm your host, Bubli Goswami from forexdevelop.co.uk. And today we have with us Justin Hunsberg, the President and COO of ForestParkFX. They basically make our life easier as retail traders, giving us tools, resources, just to enhance us as better traders. I welcome you, Justin. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me and for the opportunity to speak with you and your students. Today, I wanted to talk about something that you thought would be very useful for your followers, and I'm very informal, so I'll kind of go through the presentation, which will talk about who I am and my background, and then ultimately what our company does and how we can help. But should you have any questions or you want to interrupt me, I'm happy to address those questions when you think of them, so don't be shy. But again, thank you again for the introduction, and the title of this presentation is 6 Mistakes Traders Make in Choosing an FX Broker. And I'll get into all of that, but just before we do, just a brief risk disclaimer, because I think it is important for traders everywhere to know that FX trading is risky and speculative and does present quite a challenge. So it's important to understand the risks before you engage in Forex trading or really any other kind of trading, in my opinion. So a little bit of background on me. I obtained a philosophy degree from the University of Emory in Atlanta, Georgia. And I like to joke that with most people who get a philosophy degree, I either had the option to become a barista at my local Starbucks or go to law school. And I chose the latter and went to the University of Miami, where I obtained a JD MBA with a concentration in finance. And I actually started my career as a securities and commercial litigator. Had never really done anything with trading before in my life and figured I might as well put my degree to good use and started working as an attorney. But found out relatively early into my career that I was more entrepreneurial than your average attorney and was looking for something a little bit more exciting and something that I thought better suited my personality and interests. And in 2009, I left traditional practice of law to go and work for an FX prop firm who was run by a former FX fund manager who at his peak had about $750 million under management, and by volume was one of the largest FX traders in the world for several years. And that was really my first exposure to trading, and I really enjoyed it. And I ended up getting involved on the brokerage and business side of things a little bit, and from there I went and worked for a boutique broker-dealer that specialized in order routing and execution of equity and equity options, and that helped me to learn a lot about what happens behind the scenes, basically what happens when a trader on a platform clicks buy or clicks sell. How do they actually get an execution on that trade? And I did that for several years, and then in 2013 I basically took stock of where I was in my career, what I enjoyed doing, what I had learned, what I felt I could bring as a value add to traders in the world, and I launched ForestParkFX, and we were initially registered with the CFTC and the NFA, and then last year we created a sister company which is regulated by the FCA in the UK. And we've spent the last 5+ years working primarily with retail traders to provide guidance in terms of brokerage selection. We provide brokerage support, so we answer all the questions that traders have about their broker and their platform. And we also provide a cashback rebate program and other ways to reduce and support clients in their trading. To really sort of hone in on what we do, I like to think of us as a pure value add firm. We don't charge our clients anything for our service. We are there to enhance and improve the trading experience of clients. And the way that we do that is, first and foremost, we help traders make smarter brokerage decisions. There are hundreds and hundreds of brokers out there, and in my opinion, only a handful of them are actually any good. And what we want to do is help clients find the right brokers for their particular trading needs, taking into account their trading strategy, including the pairs they trade, the times of day they trade, their account size, their trade size, their preferred platform, and a whole host of other variables. We also look to connect traders with the platforms and technology for their trading. So if you're using automated strategies or third-party tools and plugins. We want to help bridge that knowledge gap and technology gap and make sure that traders have the tools that they need to better execute on their strategies. We also provide ongoing service and support. So once we help a client find a broker, that's far from the last time they hear from us. We are continuously in front of them, making sure that all of their questions and concerns are answered, that they're navigating and working well with the broker, the trading platform, and other tools and resources that they might be using. And we also reduce their trading costs through our cashback rebate program or negotiated lower spreads and commissions that we can get with some of the brokers that we work with. So why are we here today? Again, at the beginning of the presentation, I said we would talk about the 6 mistakes that traders make in choosing a broker. And this is often one of the key things that any trader can do, in my opinion, to affect the outcome of their trading activity. If you choose a good broker from the start, you can have a very positive experience and you can hopefully survive that initial learning curve until you figure out what you're doing and make it as a trader. If you choose the wrong broker, you could find yourself out of the market entirely and completely disenchanted with FX trading. So we want to always help clients make smart decisions in choosing a broker, and we'll kind of go through the 6 biggest issues, in my opinion, or challenges or mistakes that traders make in doing so. So the first is choosing an unregulated broker. We see this a lot, and clients are often wowed by sensational or sexy marketing from brokers who offer ultra-tight spreads or 1,000 to 1 leverage or all sorts of crazy conditions that just seem so appealing to a novice trader. But one thing I like to remind all traders is return of capital is far more important than return on capital. And what I mean by that is regulation is there for your protection. It doesn't always feel that way, but the regulators are there to protect the retail trader from making uninformed decisions and to hold brokers accountable to a higher standard. And so that we see this a lot where traders will choose an unregulated broker for some reason or another, and they run into a whole host of nightmares, which include sort of unfair trade executions where they get tremendous slippage or no trade executions at all, or the brokers will claw back profits, or they will simply not return or process a withdrawal of funds. And at the very outset, we want to make sure that traders work with a regulated broker, and that gives you a lot of recourse in the event that things go wrong. And so remember, regulation is there for your protection, and you should take advantage of that and not be swayed by some of the sensational marketing that's out there. The second one is, I guess, relevant in all walks of life these days, as we hear a lot about fake news, but I joke that it didn't start with Facebook and presidential elections. Fake news has been around a long time, and there are lots of forums and publications out there that talk about all the different FX brokers, and some tout certain brokers as the end-all be-all, and oftentimes that's far from the truth. Sometimes those are paid solicitations, sometimes those are people who are acting as introducing brokers. Sometimes you'll see the converse. You'll find posts that absolutely bash a certain broker and tell everyone that they're horrible to use. And those typically aren't real either. A lot of times those are paid for and written by competitors of that broker trying to conduct a smear campaign. So you really have to be discerning. You want to look at multiple sources for information, and you want to be critical. You don't want to just follow blindly the first post or forum that you read about a broker. There are good things and bad things about most brokers, but you really have to make an informed decision. You wouldn't just walk into some bank and deposit your money because you saw one nice commercial. You would try to make sure that they're right for you, that they suit your needs, and the same thing really applies in choosing a broker. Any questions so far, Bubbly, before I keep going?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Very good. And I just want to be cognizant of time. I know you had put me on a bit of a clock here to make sure that we don't spend too much time. So I'm trying to go fast, but if you want me to slow down or cover some points in greater detail, I'm happy to.
No, you're good with time, and you're good. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. So the third one here is not fully understanding pricing and execution models. And this one is somewhat challenging for newer traders who come in and they more or less think that brokers are all the same. One of the underlying tenets of our company and when we formed it was the idea that brokers are not all the same, that they have different pricing models and execution models and platforms and ways of doing business, and those differences can impact the profitability of your trading or your trading strategy. And so we want to make sure that clients understand exactly how their broker works. And I'll go through some quick things here, but it's important really for traders to understand not just how their broker works, but how their broker will work in conjunction with the strategy that they're looking to use. And so some of the things to consider are, does your broker offer an all-in spread or a raw spread plus commission model? Basically the difference between a broker that the only pricing or cost you have in your trades is the difference between the bid and the offer, or a broker who might offer you more of an ECN style option where they show you a raw price of say 0.1, 0.2 in the euro dollar, but then they charge a commission. Understanding those differences is important because some work better for other strategies. The other is understanding the differences between a dealing desk and a non-dealing desk. Simply put, a dealing desk is typically one in which the broker acts as the counterparty to every trade that you place. A non-dealing desk is a broker that acts more as a facilitator, aggregating pricing from one or several liquidity providers and passing your trades through to those liquidity providers. Those differences can also have an impact on the way your trades are executed in terms of the price you receive, the size of the trade, the number of fills that you receive. So those can be some key topics to understand. And then the third point on this is life is long, don't rush in. I'm a big believer, and contrary to the expression that people say that life is short, I actually think life is really long, especially if you make poor decisions. So I encourage people to take their time to do their research, to try to really understand the differences of one broker to another and make a more informed decision as a result of that. And part of that, again, goes back to just understanding how does your broker function and how does that impact the way that you plan to trade with that broker. Number 4 is using a platform for the wrong reasons. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of new traders in particular, that will say they have to use a certain platform or they need to use this platform because their father's, sister's, neighbor's dog walker says that MT4 is the only platform to use. My feeling is really the opposite. I find that most platforms are largely the same, and they really are just a representation of data. So saying one has to be used over another is not necessarily a right or a wrong statement. It's just really preference. And I don't want traders to put form over substance. What I think is the most important thing when choosing a platform is comfort. What you want to be able to do is navigate your trading platform quickly, without issue, without fear of hitting the wrong button. Because there will come a time for every trader, and many times for most traders, where something will happen very rapidly. There will be some major market dislocation, a release of economic data, an opportunity that they have to capitalize on at that moment in time. And the last thing that you want to have happen is to be fumbling around on your platform trying to get to the right screen, the right order button, the right trade modification window. You want to be able to just navigate fluently across your trading platform. And so the most important thing is to find a platform that you're comfortable with. For me, the wrong platform is the one that you're using that you're not comfortable with. And so I really believe comfort is key in choosing a platform. Number 5 ties back into sort of understanding pricing models and execution models of a broker. And I'm a big believer that you shouldn't try to fit a round peg in a square hole. There are all different types of strategies out there. There's high frequency, automated, swing, day trading, long-term buy and hold, and all sorts of trades in between, all sorts of strategies in between. And they all have different profiles, and it's important to figure out and understand, okay, my strategy functions like this. And then what type of broker and execution model and pricing model best matches my trading style. And there are lots of different things to consider, and I'll kind of walk through one example is if you have a very short-term trading strategy, let's say you're a sort of a day trader or a scalper and you're looking for 5 or 6 pips per trade, the number one priority for you is going to be costs of trading. We're going to want to focus on how to minimize your costs because you're going to be in and out so many times throughout the day that several tenths of a pip can really make the difference of profit and loss over the course of a long period of time, like a year. Whereas if you have more of a swing trading strategy, you might want to factor in things such as swap rates or the consistency of spread. You don't want to be knocked out of a longer term position because of a momentary widening of spread due to some economic release. So we want to take into account other factors and prioritize things other than price, because price really isn't that critical if you're looking for 100 or 200 points in a particular swing trade. So understanding your strategy and considering all the factors that go into both your strategy and the broker that you're considering to use for that strategy will help you to basically make a happy marriage, putting a good strategy with the right broker instead of the wrong broker. And the last point, in my opinion, is a little bit self-serving, but I think it's true nonetheless, is to not use a value-adding introducing broker like ForestParkFX. If you contact a broker, let's say, and ask for guidance or support, they're going to give you a very biased answer. They're going to tell you the highlights of what they do and what they offer, and they're going to downplay what everyone else offers because they want to earn your business. And it's important in choosing an FX broker, just like it is in most aspects of life, is to try to seek an objective analysis. It's why people go to a doctor and they get an opinion, and then they go to another doctor to get a second opinion. They want to make sure that what they're being told isn't biased, isn't self-serving. And that's one of the things that we do extremely well with ForestParkFX is we're broker agnostic. We work with many great brokers all over the world, and we work with several of them because we want to be able to make the right fit for our clients. We don't want to force clients to work with only 1 or 2 brokers, even if it's not the right place for that client. What we want to do is have enough variety in the brokers that we work with to be able to say, well, based upon what you're telling me, Bubbly, about your strategy, I think you should consider broker X or broker Y or broker Z for these reasons. And that objective analysis goes back to ultimately helping you choose the right broker for your particular trading strategy. Additionally, you want to avail yourself of the experience, relationships, and added value that an introducing broker can and should offer you. And that can be in a variety of different things. It could be reviewing, vetting, and assisting with third-party resources, tools, or technology that you want to add into your strategy or your trading platform. It could be leveraging our relationships to obtain better pricing or a better level of service with a particular broker that you end up using. It could be in representing you in the event that you have a bad experience with a broker, because as an individual trader, you're just one person. You're one tiny voice and one tiny account to a particular broker. But when you work with an introducing broker that has a very large book of business with a particular broker, they're concerned and encouraged to make us happy because they want us to continue to introduce clients to them. And so you get the benefit of our bigger voice, and they will want to make us happy. And if making you happy makes us happy, they're more inclined to do that than if you're just going by yourself. And also we have the added value of cashback rebates, other service and support. We can help introduce you to certain third parties that might help with different aspects of your trading or mentorship or different things. And that's really why we're here. We're here to help you to make better decisions, help you to gain access to better tools and resources so that we can develop a long-standing relationship with you as a client. And so just to kind of recap some of those things, again, we provide broker agnostic recommendations. We're not trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. We're trying to find and make a happy marriage for you with your broker and position you to succeed and ascend your own learning curve as quickly as possible. And we do that in particular by understanding all the different aspects and qualities of your trading strategy and trying to pair you with a suitable brokerage solution. And again, we also work to improve your experience through our ongoing service support and cost reductions. So I'll touch on now some of the brokers that we work with, and you'll probably recognize a lot of these names as they are among the biggest and best and certainly regulated brokers in the world. And we've worked with many of these brokers for years. Oanda, Forex.com, FXCM we've worked with for over 5 years. Think Markets, we have our 5-year anniversary with them coming up in 2 months, I believe. And these are very, very strong relationships that we've cultivated over the years with brokers who have outstanding reputations. And we can certainly help a lot of traders, and with this menu of brokers, we can also help them find really the right fit for their particular trading strategy, in addition to being able to reduce their cost of trading through our rebate programs. And that's really all I had. Here's all of our contact information, Bubbly, so your students and followers are welcome to contact me. That is my direct dial office line. That is my real cell phone number. So all the ways my wife likes to call and bother me, you and your students can as well. And I am one of the most available and reachable people that you'll find in this industry. So I do encourage people to reach out and contact me or contact Forest Park. We are very open and willing and able to listen and assist traders, especially newer traders, in finding suitable brokerage solutions for their trading needs.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I can vouch for that. You guys are really approachable and very, very helpful indeed. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add in there before the question and answer starts?
No. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. I just wanted to cover some of those things. I thought it might be helpful for your students, and but I'm open to any questions that you've received from some of your students in the past few weeks, or questions that you have, and
Yes.
Fire away.
No, it was a fantastic presentation. It covered a lot of things that was already there on my question, but I just want to couple other questions that I had. And is there any cap in the rebates?
No cap. There's no minimum either. So whether you're a very active trader or a very small volume trader, we pay out the rebates regardless. We've had months, I think the most we ever paid out to one person was $53,000 one month in rebates, and we've also paid out rebates of, I think, 1 or 2 cents. Okay. So there's no minimum or maximum, and frankly, that program is there just to establish a win-win relationship with our clients. We want to help you succeed, and part of the way that we can do that is to reduce your cost of trading.
Okay, can you, will it be possible to guide us through, how the rebate works, like physically, like, if you have a account of $10,000 or pounds?
Sure, no problem at all. The rebates are a function of trading volume, so it's not necessarily relevant to the size of your account. Mm-hmm. And typically, depending on the broker, the rebates range from I want to say $7 per round turn lot to $1 per round turn lot. So it just depends on your broker, the pair that you're trading, the type of account that you might have with the broker. But basically, it's a function of your trading volume. So the more trading volume you have, the higher your rebate will be. So let's assume that the rebate is $1 per round turn standard lot with a particular broker. Let's assume that you traded 4.72 round turn lots over the course of a month. Your rebate would be $4.72 for that month. And then shortly after month end, we would calculate your rebate, and we would pay that to you, and the rebates are paid either via Skrill, PayPal, directly back to your trading account, or via wire transfer. Depends in some cases based upon the broker that you use or where in the world you might be located.
Does it work on other platforms like TradingView?
Correct. So let's assume, for instance, that you have an Oanda account that you trade using the TradingView platform. You would still accrue cashback rebates through ForestParkFX if you had opened your account with Oanda through ForestParkFX.
How do you keep track of, how do we know that, how much we are earning from the, as rebates, cash rebates? Is there a back office that as traders we can log on to, or how does
We have
that
a back
work?
office function within our website, which we upload or update once a month with the rebate information, but we rely upon the reporting that's generated and given to us by the brokers where we introduce clients. So we work with the reports that are provided to us typically on a monthly basis from the broker, and then from there we calculate the rebates in accordance with our posted rebate rates on our site and make the payments automatically to the client. So clients don't have to request rebates or ask for a withdrawal. We process them every month automatically, and there's nothing that that the client needs to do to collect the rebate. It's done again with no minimums or maximums, and it's done automatically for them.
And it goes back to their trading account, or you pay to the bank, or how does that work, the transaction?
It depends on the broker. Some brokers allow us to put the funds directly back into the trader's account. Other times it may be through a third-party payment processor like a PayPal or a Skrill, or we can also send it via wire transfer or direct deposit back to the trader's bank account. That's all part of the onboarding process that clients will go through with our website.
Okay, so and suppose so a new trader will first have to go to your website, first register, that is step one, and then choose their country or area, right, in the world map. And then they click on their world map, and then the entire, all the brokers out there comes up, or how does that work, the procedure?
Yeah, so clients who are interested in working with us would want to go to our website, ForestParkFX.com. They'll choose the particular region in the world where they reside, and then they'll be given an opportunity to register on our site, and they'll see the broker options that are available to them. And all they have to do from there is click on the broker that they want to use. It'll take them right to the application page for that particular broker, and that client will be automatically enrolled in the rebate program. So they just complete the application process with the broker, open and fund their account, and begin trading, and they will be enrolled in the rebate program, and those rebates will accrue automatically for that client.
Okay, and what about if somebody already, say for example, a person already has an account with Oanda or Pepperstone? How does that work? Can they still get rebates once they register via you and go back to Oanda or Pepperstone or FXCM?
Generally speaking, if clients have an existing account with a broker but do want to work with us, most of the brokers will accommodate that request. So if a student, a trader, has a brokerage account already with one of the brokers that we had, and I'll pull them up again, trying to get back there. In most cases, we can get that client's account underneath our group and enrolled in our rebate program. And all they would need to do is just contact me or contact the firm in general, and one of our representatives will reach out with the steps and instructions on how to accomplish that.
Right. And what if a person has no idea and wants some advice regarding the best broker to, according to their strategy or their trading personality? So how would you help there?
Yeah, my request, my suggestion in that would just be to contact me or to submit a consultation request on our website. We have a page where new traders in particular can basically set up a call with one of our representatives to discuss their trading plans and what they're looking to accomplish, and we'll take them through a consultative approach and try to suggest a broker that's a good fit for what they're looking to do. So you can go through our website for that, or you can contact me directly. Either way is fine, and we're happy to help.
Perfect. So it works on any platforms, MT4, MT5, TradingView, anything that's not in the main trader brokers platform. And and we can contact you for any, if we want to choose, find out which broker suits us the best for our strategy and trading style, right?
Correct.
Fantastic. There is no like exit date or anything, right? Only for a year they'll get, and then there's nothing like that, right?
No, not at all. We've got clients for many, many years, and they continue to receive rebates from us and service from us. So there's no caps, there's no end dates or sunset provisions on any of our services. We are here, and we're not going anywhere either. So yeah, the benefits and services we provide are everlasting, and again, we really encourage traders to take advantage of it. There's no reason not to.
Thank you so much, Justin. This has been really, really helpful, and thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you again for the opportunity, and great to speak with you.